So you guys are having fun. All right. So we're here today also to talk about, because now this is my pseudo review of Book of Boba Fett episode. Now when I watched this today, when I watched it today, first of all, I saw when I turned it on, I was like, oh my God, it's 51 minutes. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They stretched this boring ass show to 51 minutes. Last week it was 37. This week it was 51 minutes of mind numbing boredom. And here's how I felt. I wasn't so enraged as I was last week. I wasn't so enraged. Last week was the rage. I think it was a little flow over from Wheel of Time. I wanted to review something. But last week it was also the rage of, I can't believe you did this. It's like, I can't believe you did this. I can't believe people are pretending to be excited about this. And that's where that rage came from. And also, I find it insulting to Boba Fett because Boba Fett has some great stories in the EU. My favorite one is in the, let me go full screen here for a second. My favorite one is in the Legacy arc when it starts in the second book, Bloodlines, where he takes over, and the role he plays throughout the rest of the arc. It's awesome. It is truly awesome. Oh, you're going to get an abridged version. I'll give you an abridged. That's what we're going to do here. So you want me to start with the abridged? All right, we'll start with the abridged. Let's go back to the show here. Nope, that's not it. There we go. The abridged version picks up where it left off last week. Boba Fett is still trying. They've captured the assassin that tried to kill him, and they're questioning him in the throne room. Boba Fett, of course, is not wearing his helmet again. And they tease and they tell him, like, oh, he's some assassin guild. They'll never talk. So in order to frighten him, they throw him in the Rancor pit. Of course, anybody with a brain knows that the Rancor isn't there, but this guy doesn't know it. So he freaks out immediately and tells them what they need, so that the mayor of Mos Espa sent the assassins. So now Boba's angry, and they puts his helmet back on, and they trudge him back to the mayor's office. Then, first of all, now the mayor turns out to be an Ithorian. Why is an Ithorian the mayor of Mos Espa? Ithorians are herbivores, and they're basically, for the most part, as far as my memory goes, they're pacifists of a sort. They don't like to fight. They're all about growing things and promoting things. And we're going to get a real good shot of Ithor during the Vong War in the EU arc. Now, they say that this guy, he has got a translator on. So even though he's speaking Ithorian, he's got a translator on. And they go through some stupid stuff in the front office, and they get to the back, and the Ithorian says, first of all, I didn't send him. And they go, well, the assassin said you did. So the other assassins kill the assassin in the room, and then guns are raised, blah, blah, blah. And the Ithorian says, well, maybe I serve at your pleasure because you're the daimyo. Why they're calling them a daimyo? A daimyo. Why are we using Japanese terms all of a sudden? Boba Fett is the daimyo of Tatooine. What are we in feudal Japan? Ridiculous. So the Ithorian mayor says you should look into other things right now. Go check out the nice little cantina you were in last week with the Twi'leks and find out there's something going on there. So Boba's like, oh really? Because now, I mean, it shows you how pathetic this Boba Fett is. He's got Fennec Shand, and he's got 2 Gamorrean guards and the torture droid from Return of the Jedi. That's all he's got. He's got nothing else. And some droids that dress him in the morning. That's it. That's all he's got. He's got nothing. How are you supposed to be a crime lord when you have nothing like that? Anyway, they go back to the cantina. And of course, I got a hiccup. Okay, of course, Boba Fett takes off his helmet again to converse with the Twi'lek proprietress. And she basically reveals that the twins have arrived. Now, right away from the conversation, you realize twins. Who are these twins? Never heard of them. Go out. Got a couple of huts. We finally get some huts. Some horrible CGI huts. Couple of twins. And, oh, They have now for a moment. They say I like Hutts. I happen to like Hutts. I love when I played Star Wars: The Old Republic, or when I say Old Republic. Whenever the Hutts were involved, I love Hutties, especially when spoken by a Hutt. I just love the sound of it. So I did enjoy seeing the Hutts. This whole basically them threatening Boba Fett that he's not the daimyo, he's on charge, and he needs to give up on it. It's this exchange that kind of just falls flat because Boba Fett's trying to be menacing with his helmet back on, but he's got two Gamorrean guards at Fennec Shand. We're talking about two Hutts who have all the power in the world and are basically protected. You can't make a move against Hutts, apparently, in this version of Star Wars without permission. So, Chubby Chaser, I like him svelte, Robert Klein. I like him svelte. I may be a few pounds overweight, but I like my ladies svelte. I like him fit and I like him svelte. I don't like I like a tiny white girl ass. There I said I like a tiny white girl ass. I do. Anyway, hail Anime Man 73. Check out the first part of the stream. That'll give you the lowdown how I'm doing. You can catch up later on that. We're moving forward. Let's just say that. Anyway, back to the review. Because this is gonna get cut. We're cutting this out for later. So I gotta plow through this for you guys. We're doing this here. Anyway, the Hutts basically tell Boba Fett he can't do anything. Fennec Shand's like, oh, we can't do anything. So then we go back. We're only 10 minutes in now, guys. We're 10 minutes in of a 51-minute slog. We're 10 minutes in. So now we go back to Jabba's palace, and we're back in the Bacta tank, and it's back to Dreamland prequel stuff for the show. There we go. We're back to Dreamland. Another flashback of Boba Fett's time with the Tusken Raiders. Long story short, the Tusken Raiders are having problems with a transport train. They actually call it a train in Star Wars. I mean, I was bored out of my mind, Legatus. And that's why I was thinking, I can't review this. I can't do a full review. I'm not angry anymore. This is just sad when I'm watching. That was why I thought I can't review this anymore. Because this show, I'm not angry. This is so pathetic. It's sad what they're doing. So it is torture, Robert Klein. It is total torture. And that's why I'm telling it to you guys, so you guys don't have to watch it. But they're being harassed by a transport train that's transporting goods across the desert. So every time it drives by it, it shoots Tusken Raiders. And Boba Fett, he's been taken in by this tribe now, and they like him. And he says that they speak sign language. He develops sign language with them. It's also ridiculous. So he speaks in sign language, and he tells them, I will solve your problem. So first thing he does, he goes and beats up the swoop gang we saw from the first episode in a violent fashion. Congratulations, Boba Fett beats up a swoop gang. Great. Good job. He finally got in a fight that he didn't get his ass kicked in. So, and then he takes all their swoop bikes. And here again is where, again, it's sad and pathetic. And it shows that these people in charge of... Jon Favreau wrote this episode, folks. Jon Favreau wrote this episode again. And he executive produced it along with Cowboy Dave Filoni and Kathleen Kennedy. So Jon Favreau proves again he doesn't know anything about Star Wars, especially if he's listening to Dave Filoni. He takes the speeder bikes, the swoop bikes, back to the Tusken tribe. And he says, I will teach you how to use these machines. And right there, you have spoiled, ruined Star Wars lore yet again. Tusken Raider, as we learned in Knights of the Old Republic, this is where we learned this. In Knights of the Old Republic, during your Tatooine arc, when Revan has to interact with the Tusken Raiders in order to get to the Krayt Dragon Cave, we learn that it is sacrilegious to Tuskens to touch technology. They must destroy it all and return Tatooine to its pure state. That is their mission. It's been their mission for thousands of years. Yet this tribe is ready and happy to learn how to use speeder bikes. I crap you not. And so he Teach. Oop, what did I do there? Sounds like torture. Whoops. Yeah, it is torture. Whoops. Yeah. Yeah, a man of action turned to start, but he's not a bounty hunter. Early in the episode, during part of dialogue, he says, "I'm no bounty hunter." He says that I'm no bounty hunter. So I know. Yeah, I mean, this is like Tuskens are supposed to be nomads. They're supposed to be nomads. That this group is just planted there, and the train goes. So they black. Oh! I forgot about the black Wookiee. We'll get back to that in a minute. I'll get back to that in a minute. Get the black haired Wookiee. The black haired Wookiee. We'll get back to that in a minute. That's more Disney Star Wars garbage. Thanks for reminding me. Thanks for reminding me, guys. Who brought that up? Who brought that up? Quindolar Bard. Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for reminding Quindolar Bard. I will get back to the black haired Wookiee. I'll get that one. So Boba Fett teaches them how to use speeders, and they attack the train when it comes by again. And Boba Fett and the male Tusken Raiders have a hard time getting up there, and it shows them kicking a little bit of ass, but then things get rough. But then the female Tusken Raider on her swoop bike, she has no problem doing awesome, badass things better than everybody else. So there is your dose of intersectional feminism for the show. And I still theorize that might be Fennec Shand underneath that mask. It still might be Fennec Shand underneath there. I don't know yet. We're going to find out, I bet. So there you go. The female Tusken Raider does it better, giving Boba his opening to get into the front of the train and stop the train. And then Boba shows mercy. Boba shows mercy because basically this entire 40-minute painful flashback of Boba's time with the Tusken Raiders. It's all about making sand people look like they are, what's the word, guys? Like the rest of the world's being racist to them, basically. That's basically what it is. They are the noble savages, and the rest of the world, the rest of Tatooine is being mean to them. Because look how noble they are. They just want to live their life. You're shooting them. Let's forget to back that for actual Star Wars lore. For thousands of years, Tuskens have done horrible things to everybody that comes to that planet. They do horrible, horrible things. Many times uninitiated by the other side. So no, we have to show the Tuskens are the underprivileged ones, that they're the disenfranchised ones, that they're the ones who need our pity, and we must respect them because they know, as Boba says, you know every grain of sand in the Dune Sea. And it's ridiculous. So he's then kind to these aliens who I've never seen before and lets them live with a warning to spread it that now you're under the protection of the Tuskens as you leave the desert. This is their land, and you have to pay tribute to them to cross your transport through it. And and that's the end of the episode. Oh, I'm sorry. Then the end of the episode is he gets draped in these black robes, I guess, that he showed up in Mando season 2, and he had his own gaffy stick made. They put a lizard in his nose that made him get high, and he walked off to a tree and came back with a branch that is the foundation for a gaffy stick, apparently. And then he's now a part of the tribe. And then they do this tribal dance at the end of the episode that's goofy and dumb as hell. So that's Book of Boba Fett episode 2. Boom. There it is. Now, I mean, and the sands, such crevices in the clothes. Yeah. And exactly, these are not Tuskens are not good. They are not good. They're chaotic neutral, and they're neutral evil. If you ask me, they're neutral evil. They're chaotic evil because they hate everybody. There's no noble savage to them. All right, so the Black Chewbacca, the black-haired Wookiee. What is the black-haired Wookiee? So apparently, here it is. Here it is. We're gonna come back to it. This guy right here. See, I'm ready. I was ready. See, this guy called Black Krrsantan. Black Krrsantan. This guy appears apparently in the Dr. Aphra comics. Dr. Aphra, the intersectional feminist created by Disney Lucasfilm, to basically tell Darth Vader he's not such a great man. He's a check your patriarch. Excuse me, check your patriarchy. Check your patriarchy. So he's one of her little minions that shows up in that. So Star Wars fans elated that he's in the show. What fans? What, the same fans? I mean, this is what fired me up. No one did. That's why they pretend, Goddess. They pretend people do this. They pretend people are excited about this, but they're not. People don't care about this Disney Star Wars garbage. But the shills want you to believe they do. And we're going to go over that in a second as we round out this review. And before we go into the other dumb Disney Star Wars stuff, you notice I didn't play my dumb Disney Star Wars intro because, again, I'm trying to cut back on the clips for the next couple months until we're through this monetization process. I don't want to give them any excuses. Then we'll go back to the fun stuff. Because if Ethan can get away with playing clips all the time, then so can I once I'm monetized. So nobody cared about this. This is fake news telling us that we're so excited to see that this black-haired Wookiee that showed up to threaten Boba Fett along with the Hutts. Nobody knows this character. Nobody cares because he's not a real character. He's a Disney Star Wars character. And it just reinforces that this is Disney Star Wars. It's not real Star Wars. And as I said, that's what spurred me forward. You got this is real Star Wars. And I read some of this today. I was reading this today before I watched the book Boba Fett. I had to fortify myself. I mean, the twins have just been born. Good stuff happening. Anyway, so the stands, they're coming into my comments and they say stuff like this. And one of them said to me today, and this is what got me lit on the fire, where I thought I'm just going to, I'm going to keep doing this, but I'm going to do it with you guys every week. We're going to do this live together. Said to me, if you don't like it, don't watch it and bitch about it. And I was like, oh, you just made me, I was going to quit. I was going to ask you guys this week. I'll say, do you guys really want me to keep covering this? Because it's sad and boring and pathetic. I'm not even angry anymore. But all it took was a couple of stands. And another one says to me, oh, it's real Star Wars. All it took was a couple of stands to light a fire back on me. And I'm going to do it now. I'm going to keep doing it just to piss them off. Just to piss them off. I don't care about the show. A lot of people asking me too, why are you watching this? Why are you doing this? I don't care about this. I was watching this to shine a light on how bad it is compared to actual real Star Wars. And yes, there is a difference between, to answer the question again, real Star Wars is Star Wars that carries the faith, the spirit of George Lucas's Star Wars. That's what the EU did. That's what decades of video games did until this past few years. None of this does it. And they want to try and pretend that the Book of Boba Fett is doing well, but, bounding into comics lets us know that Book of Boba Fett not doing as well as Walt Disney would like. It's not hitting its viewership numbers, but then they're going to come out and claim that it's got a 13% higher viewership rating than Hawkeye did at 1.7 million over the first 5 days. That's so dumb. Because Hawkeye drew only 1.5 million over a week's worth, and it dropped in viewership. This is the same as that 1.6 billion minute thing with Wheel of Time. Same with that. They're trying to throw numbers at you to try and make it sound like it's doing well, but this isn't doing well. Nobody's watching. Nobody's talking this. I'm simply talking about this, one, because I need content. I do. And two, I feel as an old school Star Wars fan, it is my duty to report on how bad this is in comparison to real Star Wars. So it says 73%, but it's dropped. I believe it was in the 80s. I'd have to go back and check one of my older videos. It's just not there. It's not there. Nobody cares about this show. And the stands are trying to pretend that it's something exciting. They're trying to pretend that people are excited when they see stuff like this. Nobody cares about this show. Thanks for watching, everybody. I don't do Facebook. I will never do Twitter. If you want to reach out to me, just email me. It's purely for this channel. I will not miss your communication. Check me out at the Geeks and Gamers forums under @ROAS. Join me in conversations there, among many others. And I'm now on Odyssey @The Renaissance Nerd. Follow me there as well. Help us keep fighting to return escapism to entertainment. Thank you again for watching. See you next time.